Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. This is your brother Sean Ali here at Supreme Health and Fitness by Sean Ali. And as always, I thank each and every one of you that tunes in with me and gives me some of your very valuable time. And as always, I pray that this brief message is received in the spirit that I am striving to deliver it in, which is the spirit of your brother, the spirit of love, and of course, and always in the spirit and in the name of God. Family, this is a brief midday health check. And as your brother, in concern and knowing the health status of my people in our nation, I say, let me go and do a midday health check and ask, are you on the way to stressing yourself out? Or by chance, have you already stressed yourself out? And do we understand that stress is an underlying factor in almost every disease and cause of death, especially when we look at high blood pressure and hypertension? And this is something that my people, our nation significantly suffers from. And this is a completely controllable and preventable situation. So do you know your resting heart rate and your resting blood pressure? These are the numbers to your life. And by this, I mean because they let you know the condition of your cardiovascular system. They let you know the condition of your heart and your respiration, because when you look at your resting numbers, they represent the amount of force that your heart has to use to keep you alive. This is when you are doing nothing. So when you have high resting numbers, this is a firm indicator that your lifestyle is causing your health to decrease, because our blood pressure and our heart rate are responses to our lifestyle. If you get happy, if you get scared, see, you breathe. If you see our heartbeat and our heart and our blood pressure, it responds according to our activities and situations. And if we don't know these numbers, they call hypertension, high blood pressure, the silent killer. This means that you have been undiagnosed and you don't find out until you are in the throes of your death. This is what, when they call it the silent killer, this means that you have you thought you had a cold, you thought you had this. See, you didn't. You thought it was something that you could handle. You had no idea of your life numbers. So you don't know that you are suffering from the silent killer until it silently is killing you and you are in the throes of your death. And this is preventable and avoidable and controllable. You can take charge. Listen, get yourself your equipment. Get yourself your equipment, family. You can go ahead and get your blood pressure monitor. This is a one-button apparatus. It lets you know your systolic, your diastolic, as well as your pulse. This one also tracks an irregular heartbeat. And so when you are monitoring yourself, listen, it takes, if anybody has had this procedure done at the hospital, it only takes a minute or two. And this is something that you and we can take advantage of at home so that we can know the numbers of your life. Because whatever this reading gives you is your life numbers. These numbers will let you know either your lifestyle is leading you into your abundant life, or your lifestyle is causing you to ready to suffer premature death, your premature death. So you can hook yourself up, one button, pop, and you sit still, and within a minute or two, you will have an understanding of your internal composition, and you will be able to take the necessary measures. That's the important fact, that you will be able to take the necessary measures to save your life. Because the effects of hypertension, high blood pressure, a stroke, or heart attack, you literally have up to 4 minutes. You have minutes, because within 2 to 4 minutes of a lack of oxygen, you start to suffer irreparable brain damage. So when you are under the throes of the silent killer, you are looking at minutes to save your life. And if you are not around people that have that medical training, then you will lose your life just as most people do. And it's completely preventable, controllable, and avoidable. Just get your equipment. And if you don't like the one that goes on your arm, you can easily go ahead and get yourself the wrist version. Open it up, strap it on, pop, one button. And then you can just sit there, and within a minute or two, you can have an indication of your internal happenings. You can see what's going on inside of you, because you can't see your heart. And it's the silent killer, meaning that you don't necessarily feel it until it hits you. And when it hits you, you are literally in the throes of your death. So when they are looking at the numbers of the #1 cause of death, heart-related diseases, and they are looking at stress being a major factor. How? Because we don't know how to take it slow. We don't know how to slow down. We don't know how to de-stress. This is the importance of exercise, because it helps you to relieve and release that pent up and that created and generated energy from your mind and your body. So you have a way to release it, because stress is a mental. It's thoughts and ideas. And these thoughts and ideas, they generate your nervous system, and they also generate your endocrine system. So your nervous system sends that electrical impulse to your muscles to get them to contract. This is why when you are stressed out, you feel so tight. You like, oh, when you driving and you gripping the wheel and you feel it all in your shoulders and your neck and up here in your arms. See, that's that electricity right there. And then your body is producing a chemical response through your endocrine system. So now you have these hormones that are being secreted to sustain the stress. So now you have those chemicals being flooded through your body. How do you get those chemicals out? You exercise. See? So now your body will turn those chemicals into heat. It will generate them into other, and you will release it. You will sweat it out. Your body will detox. But if you don't, these create a condition that further exasperates your stress, because your body has to flush out these hormones. And normally it takes between 2 to 4 hours for your body to flush them out. And if we don't know how to de-stress, many of us, we never get them out. We constantly producing these hormones of stress. These hormones are material. So now you are constantly secreting these material. This is weight, because you never get it out of you. So now we lead a sedentary lifestyle. Many of us sit down most of the daylight hours. So now these hormones are collecting and you start to produce hormonal weight. You start to produce stress weight. Man, so this is just a brief message, family. I wanted to go on and present a midday health check and just ask, are you on the way to stressing yourself out? Or have you possibly already stressed yourself out? Go and we need to monitor our heart rate and our blood pressure. In particular, you want to know your resting heart rate and your resting blood pressure because these numbers are supposed to be low. And the lower they are, that means the less force our heart needs to keep us alive. The higher they are, this means our heart needs to work harder to keep us alive. This will wear and tear your heart. This causes a stress, an imbalance inside of you, and it will produce the environment that causes the silent killer to visit you. And you will not know until you are in the throes of your death. But you can save your life by monitoring your internal vital organs. These are your vital statistics. Vital means it's life or death. When you go to an emergency room, these are the same statistics that your doctor checks. These are your vital statistics. Do you know your own vital statistics? Do you have to be sick in order to know? No, because then it's often too late. So you can go and you can invest in your equipment. It doesn't cost a lot. It doesn't. It's a small investment in the tools that can save your life. You can prevent your sickness. You can prevent your illness. You can prevent your disease, your imbalance. You can prevent your premature death. Man, listen. You don't have to be sick. It's a lack of knowledge. Like the Bible says, my people is destroyed for a lack of knowledge. See, we refuse to learn the necessary things about ourselves that will keep us alive. No worries. Here at Supreme Health and Fitness, we have it all for you in book form. So you can find a book from us that will help you to learn what you need to know to save yourself, because nobody else can save you. They can help you create the condition for you to save yourself, but at the end of the day, your body has to heal itself. The only thing I can do is to help you facilitate self-healing. Understanding your heart rate, understanding your blood pressure goes hand in hand in how you heal, because your heart's main function is to disperse oxygen. Our heart's main function is to take oxygen, the breath of life in atomic form, and disperse it throughout our body. That's its number one function, because you breathe every second. You don't eat all the time. You don't drink all the time, but you breathe all the time. So the number one function of our heart is to disperse oxygen, the breath of life, throughout our body. This is why when you see somebody that you think is dead, you don't give them food, you don't give them water, you give them mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. You breathe your breath of life in them, just like God did when he formed us with mud and breath into our nostrils, and we became a living soul. Man. See, so family, are you on the way to stressing yourself? Have you already stressed yourself out? Do we listen? The number one way to regain control is breathing. Listen, listen. When you are under a stressful situation, your sympathetic nervous system takes over. This is the one we don't control. This involves your reflexes and everything, and this is your flight or flight. See, so when we are under a stress, this is what happens. How do you regain control? Your parasympathetic nervous system, that's the one we control. So now, by breathing, exhaling, in particularly by exhaling through your nose for 4 to 6 seconds, this activity, this action, it triggers the response in our brain that will give us back control over our body. This is why when somebody is stressed or in pain, they do breathing exercises, because the signals are carried in your blood. So if you think you have pain and you have fast, erratic heartbeat, boom, 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 every heartbeat, that signal is transmitting. So if you are stressed, if you are angry, if you are in pain, your heart is boom, 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 boom. And it's carrying that message, dispersing it throughout your whole body. And within seconds, you can stress yourself out to the point that you cause your death. You cause your death. And breathing. See, when you are stressed out, normally you are hyperventilating because stress is mental. So when we become oxygen deficient, when we hyperventilate, it makes you brain foggy. See, it decreases our mental capacity and capabilities, your cognitive skills. You become disoriented. It's hard for you to grasp high ideas and emotions. So you feed on the low ones. Breathing. See, if you're feeling hurried, rushed, stressed, stop. Stop. Your health is more important than whatever you're involved in. Because if you die, somebody else will just replace you in the activity. The activity will continue. So you must ensure your health. Stop. Your nose, inhale 4 to 6 seconds. Exhale 4 to 6 seconds. See, when you do this, you trigger. See, that slow breathing, it stops your fight or flight. See, your medulla, your amygdala is in this part. So when you see somebody going like that crazy person, see, that's called an emotional hijacking. And your energy is stuck in your amygdala, your fight or flight area. Your cerebral cortex, your energy cannot go to your thinking part because your emotional brain reacts within seconds. Your thinking brain reacts in minutes. Through proper breathing, we bridge that gap and we release the energy from our emotional brain so our cerebral cortex, our thinking brain, can be activated. Man, listen, this is the knowledge of you. Get your book. Get your book, The God Factory, right? The mind of God in you. This is giving us understanding how we can control the energy that they call stress, because it's manifested in 2 forms: eustress and distress. Eustress is how we prepare. It's how we create that same energy for preparation for victory. Distress is deteriorate. It takes away. It drains. You lose it. You're worried. You're full of doubt, fear, anger. Eustress. You're confident. You're prepared. You studied. You're ready to go. Man. So family, I just wanted to come with a brief midday health check and ask you, are you on the way to stressing yourself out? And or have you already stressed yourself out? Take control of your life. Understand your numbers of your resting heart rate beat and your blood pressure. These are your vital numbers to your life. And then look at these numbers and see what your numbers are telling you. Are they revealing the journey of your abundant life, or are they showing you the path to your premature death? And the choice is yours. Now you can do the necessary changes in your lifestyle so where you can improve your health and you can successfully enjoy your abundant life. I'm your brother, Sean Ali, here at Supreme Health and Fitness by Sean Ali. I thank you for tuning in and giving me some of your valuable time. And I pray that this brief message was received in the spirit that I was striving to deliver it in, which is the spirit of your brother, the spirit of love, and of course and always, in the spirit and in the name of God. Family, you are not created to get sick, to grow old, or die. Your lifestyle determines your health status. Your health status determines how long you will live. Only unhealthy people die. It is impossible for a healthy person to get sick and die. If a person thought they were healthy and got sick, then they weren't healthy. It is impossible for a healthy person to get sick and or die. Your lifestyle determines your health. Your health determines how long you're going to live. That's completely up to you. God has already blessed you with a heartbeat and the ability to breathe. That right there is life. That is power. What you do with it is up to you. Here at Supreme Health and Fitness, we want to show you how to enjoy abundant life. Woo! We want to show you how to enjoy abundant life. Man, thank you, family. I leave you as I came. The greeting words of peace. Salam alaikum. Hotep. Black power. Power to the people.